Okay.
We're in.
Yes, we're in.
Hello,
Good to
everybody. Welcome to the Delusion podcast with me, Jordan, and this guy, Trent.
This guy, Trent.
We're going to have a beautiful time. So, what's up, man?
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Really counting on this weather to cancel my patients for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, they thought it was going to be pretty bad starting last night. I actually left work at like 9:30 last night because I was like, if the weather gets bad, because they were saying like, oh, we might get stuck out here till Saturday. And I was like,
The fuck, I'm not.
No, the fuck we're not. I promise you I won't be here till Saturday. And they're all, well, it's not so much, because I was like, I got my truck, I'll get out of here. And they're all, well, it's people getting in. And I was like, well, and she's like, well, if you're worried, you could just go home now. And I was like, peace. So I left. Yeah.
Peace out.
Anyway, other than that, I got school starting on the 14th. Yeah, I gotta go be a fucking big boy again, the big kid.
And it's not like you're not coming in either. You're going to be one of the older people.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure in the prereq bullshit classes that I have to take, I'm sure I will be one of the older ones. But I think in the actual nursing program, I think I'll probably be older, but I don't think I'm sure there'll be some 40s.
Yeah, because
Some
it'll all be mostly older people once you get into the program. Because when I went, there was like 3 people younger than me out of like 15 of us. Everybody else, we had a lady that was like 45, a guy that was 40, another guy that was 35, and then another lady who was like the same age as him. So, I mean, it won't be the same as
Yeah.
taking.
Yeah. Which is whatever. I mean, these prereq prereq classes. Hopefully, I just have to do this semester, and I'll be able to get in, and I won't have to do. I think there's a couple more that I'm supposed to do, and I really don't want to. So, hopefully, the experience and the college I have, I won't have to. They'll let me slide.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Because I had to take chemistry, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I think that's one of the ones they want me to take, and I was like, come on, man.
Oh, for nursing, you'll have to take.
You'll have to take.
You'll have to take biochemistry, bio something.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you can get out of that one. I think it's
biomechanical. No.
It's something.
You're gonna learn how to make robotics.
I remember talking. So the PT and the nursing, the new nursing building and PT building is phenomenal.
That's
over
great.
there.
Yeah. I checked it out.
So we would always be with the nursing students doing things, kind of mingling and whatnot at first. But man, the prereqs they had to take just to apply to get in I was like, I didn't have to do any of that. So
yeah, and you gotta pretty much be a superstar. It's super competitive.
Yeah.
Way competitive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm hoping that having that military experience and all of that stuff I have, hopefully will get me in. Even just the fact that I've been a CNA for almost the past 2 years.
You get points for that on the application.
Yeah, and a CMA now. So
yeah, I got into mine. I didn't have a very good GPA. I barely had the minimum GPA actually.
Yeah.
And I think out of like 80 people, they took 20 of us.
You know what I'd much rather do? Just do this for my job.
That would be nice.
That would be so nice, guys. Anyways.
That would be really cool.
Are you kidding me, dude? That'd be their best job ever. I'm watching like all these other podcasts, like Your Mom's House. They just got a new studio, and they're like, I mean, obviously they make a lot of money not from just podcasts. They have Netflix. They're way funnier than us. For sure, they're way funnier. But still, just podcasts alone. I don't need to be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever. $100,000 a
we
year.
Get. I'd be happy with like, 100. Like,
yeah,
I'd be happy with 80,000 views on each video.
Yeah.
Maybe 40,000 subscribers. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. And it's just time.
Yeah.
It's just time, dude.
Well, they say when you put all the work into it, it eventually comes around.
Also, I just said this before we started. It was holiday times, but that's not an excuse. We did take way too much time off, which is primarily my fault. We're not gonna do that anymore. I hate New Year's resolutions. I hate them, but we got to make more episodes.
Mine is to lose weight every year.
Yeah.
It's mine
I
every
give
year.
up, dude.
I
I
give up.
win.
I give up like February or March when the Girl Scouts show up.
Yeah, I won the race, dude. I have 3 kids. I have a hot wife. I'm good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have to look a certain way.
What's on the league? They
I
say.
have a Jufro and a beard. And
Yeah,
I
if you
still
let that
love.
fro keep growing, you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to start doing tutorials on how to paint stuff,
Yeah.
like watercolors.
Oh, I'm going for the Blake Henderson. I'm going for the Blake from Workaholics.
Oh, you're gonna do the
Yeah.
mustache when it all
Yeah.
gets long.
Yeah,
Nice,
dude.
nice.
It's
You're
gonna
not.
be
So
good.
you're not. Well, you're gonna have to do at least one painting tutorial.
Yeah, of course.
And
When I get the fro, because right now I got a hat on, but I'm still pretty
Let me ask
fluffy.
you about your gear.
Okay.
What do you got going on here? They the
This
same
is-
thing?
Yeah, this is Dixon. This is they're primarily a flannel company.
But I'm not a big flannel guy because I don't like to wear jeans. I got my legs are too big for
You're going
jeans.
into the right profession, nursing. You get to wear
Yeah.
scrubs, dude. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I never wear jeans.
I
dude.
wear scrubs. I don't wear jeans. I wear golf pants. I got like 3 pairs of golf pants I
think,
wear.
I think I wore jeans on Christmas, and that'll probably be the last time I wear them for long. I dress like a dad. I dress like I coach an 8-year-old softball team. That's probably the best way to describe.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
A lot of the times my sweatsuits or sweatsuits.
You said
dude.
sweatsuits.
Yeah, like I go full like I would for sure 100% wear an all black Adidas jumpsuit like I was from Eastern Europe.
What is the Lacoste shoes? That's what would match
Yeah,
with the little
I'll wear
gator.
a Kangol hat. No, because that's the thing, dude. When you wear an Adidas jumpsuit, right? If you just wear an Adidas jumpsuit as a white guy, you look like an Eastern blocker, like a Russian, like you're from Slovakia or something. But as soon as you add a Kangol hat, you're like hip hop guy now. All of a sudden, it's the same thing, just a hat. It's just a hat.
And a gold chain.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation yesterday, actually. A guy at work, he's like, yeah, I bought these sweatpants, man, and they happen to match this really cool sweater I had. And I was like, and he's like, I wonder, people will think I want to run track and stuff. Like a weird conversation. I was like, yeah, add a chain and then just tell him to forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Adidas. Go Run DMC on them, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I haven't listened to Run
Aviators.
DMC in a
Did
long
they
time.
wear aviators? Is that what they wore?
Pretty sure.
Anyway, Run DMC.
Forget
by the
about
way,
it.
his daughters are like smoke shows. Angela, I think her name is.
From the show?
Yeah.
Are they grown up now?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're adults.
We're adults.
They're good looking adults now.
We're adults.
That's what money does, though, man. Those kids were all like ugly little baby kids when they were little. Now they're all like big. Even like the boys are more handsome. JoJo looked like he had a touch of the tism. He did. He looked like he had a little bit of. He was blessed with the touch of the tism a little bit.
I always, after watching that show, I was like, my main goal is to just have one room that's a basketball court. I'll settle for half
Are you
court.
kidding me? Yeah, I don't even.
I'll
need
settle
that.
for half court.
I'll take just from the free throw line in. I don't even need perimeter or nothing. Just a hoop. I got the girls. Speaking of that, I got them like a one that hangs on the door, but it's not. It's legit.
It's like the fiberglass
Yeah,
backboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breakaway metal rim.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd
That's
never
the
let
only
them win.
kind. That's the only kind I would get. I almost bought one for Jasmine's kids, but I was like, no, because they're gonna want to put it in the living room, and they're known for destroying TVs. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah. The
backed
living
out.
room door is the tallest. That's my favorite place, but I don't let them.
Her boy loves playing wiffle ball, so I got him like a wiffle ball set.
Wiffle ball is fun.
I haven't, but I have to underhand it because he's still learning how to hit.
Yeah.
No one's played with him. He's like 8. No one's ever taught him how to hit. I was hitting the ball at like 3.
Yeah.
Someone's tossed me the ball, and I'm like, whoosh.
Remember that softball game that we were playing where the fields were? I made the field more narrow,
Mhm.
so you pretty much have to hit it to center. They have a wiffle ball league that's like that, where the field's narrow, and I think it's 3-on-3. And you pitch, obviously you're throwing like nasty breaking ball. You can like scuff them up, like people scuff them with sandpaper and stuff, so they like whip even harder. Yeah, I mean the only tournament I saw a tournament of it on YouTube, but it was in like freaking Staten Island or some shit.
Long Island.
Yeah, like a bunch of old. There's like an old 50-year-old Guido team. They were all like super tan and jacked, and their hair was still jet black for some reason, just for men. Just for men that shit.
Yeah. So we're getting into the wiffle ball. I can't chunk it in there at him yet, but he's
You
getting
can't chuck it, you mean?
chuck it.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't throw the ball at him real hard.
Yeah.
Because he's still learning how to hit it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm throwing curveballs underhanded where they spin at him and then come back in. And he's hitting those.
Yeah.
He's picking it up really quick.
Keeping that bat flat.
Yeah, I told him, I said, you have to keep it level. It's
Yeah.
got to be level when you swing through. Because he was like doing like this weird weenie arm, like.
Yep. He was doing the Barry Bonds, rocking the bat up and trying to whip at it. I think that was that guy's secret, dude. It was all in the and the stair.
He had the whip.
Yeah. Whipping that syringe. That's where he got it from slamming. He got whipping the ball from slamming needles into his thigh, from slamming TRT into his butt cheeks.
Oh.
It's legal, man. It's TRT. Randy Couture, UFC fighter. Heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
He's notorious for taking TRT. He's also now notorious for having a sex tape leaked. Randy Couture, UFC, The Natural, Captain America. Yeah, he had a sex tape leaked, and I saw it, and it wasn't. I didn't see it. Like, I saw it blurred out on a podcast.
Oh.
But
so it was blurred out, but you could still hear him going.
From what I primarily saw, which was obviously blurred privates, but I saw everything else. Most of the time, he's just jacking off on camera. It seemed like, like the
more
first
into
couple,
himself
first
than
like
he is
10
the
minutes,
girl.
he's like flexing super hard. Looks great, by the way. He looks great still for however old he is. But it was like a laptop like that. He's all trying to like get all low, and he's just.
It's all about angles. It's a game of angles.
Pulling pud, dude. Pulling pud on camera.
Flogging the log.
Yeah, dude.
Choking the chicken.
Fucking stroking the purple-headed yogurt slinger.
Beating the meat. Oh my God. We didn't. You know what? We didn't look
Purple-headed
up.
yogurt slinger is a nasty one.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's nasty. That's a high school one that I heard.
Yeah, the mushroom stamp.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah.
That's one we didn't bring up at the last podcast. We were talking about butts and boobs and vaginas and
Yeah, we did
wieners, but we didn't do terms for
jerking off.
Yeah, polishing the pewter.
Yeah. You said choking the chicken already?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shaking hands with Ben Franklin.
I don't. You know way more of these, dude. Because I don't. I'm old school. I think jerking off,
you just
jacking
don't do
off,
it?
pulling pud, spanking it, beating meat.
We had a friend of
Dick
mine. A friend of mine's grandpa. There were three of us that ran around all the time, and he would always go, "Oh look, it's the Off Brothers, jerk, jack, and whack."
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I was like,
I've heard
"That's
that
gross," and I'm 17 years old.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. That's a good one. Yeah, it's in the Army. That was pretty a pretty traumatic experience for me when it came to jerking off.
In the barracks?
Oh, dude, I caught so many people jerking off on
Oh,
accident.
you
I'm
ever-
not looking for it.
Have you ever been caught?
No.
So you're like a ninja.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot.
So they should give you like
Dude, there was a dude sitting on a bucket in the shower. The showers were like that textured glass, so you could kind of see through it, but not really. Sitting on a bucket in the corner with his phone in there, jerking off. I'm like, hey, we can see you. And he's like, oh, I wasn't doing anything. We're like, why do you have the bucket in there, you fucking
weirdo.
You thought about comfort during this situation? You're
In an
like,
area
yeah.
where people can see you?
Yeah. And he was like, well, it's like 2 a.m. I'm like, so?
We gotta be up in 1 hour. You
Dude,
should
this
be
is
asleep.
basically a college dorm, dude. You think people aren't up at 2 a.m. in here? You think the jerk off, what, the off brothers aren't down there? Fucking playing Call of Duty and
Circle jerking?
jerking off on Omegle or whatever they're doing.
What's Omegle?
Looking for chasing pussy on
Who's-
Omegle.
Who's Omegle? Who's Omegle?
Omegle was like that video chat thing where you can like keep hitting next and new people would pop up.
Oh!
Yeah, yeah, dude.
We looked at that in college one time, and that's all it was dudes whacking. Yeah.
A lot of them are probably soldiers, honestly. It's a lonely time, man.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
even a dude watching you is attention. That's dark. It's really not like that. I mean,
You think you know somebody,
for some
and then they
people,
say something
but
like
no,
that.
dude. For some people, it is like that. Some people, they're like, I swear that dude that jerked off on that bucket wanted someone to catch him. The lights were on. He had the volume on his phone, so it was like. We also can hear, like, I could probably tell you the actress, dude. I could hear her talking and moaning. I'm like, yeah,
Can you
people.
turn Lisa Ann off,
Yeah,
please?
please. I know that sound. I know that gargle.
That's a lot of spit. That's probably
Yeah.
Christy Mack,
Yeah,
for sure.
probably. Ugh. Men are just fucking gross.
It's true. I'm not proud of how many porn star names I know, male and female.
Yeah, I know quite a few. I don't know a whole lot of male.
Well, it's like the same 7 dudes.
I know the classic though, like Rocco Siffredi.
Yeah, the Italian guy.
Yeah.
Nacho Vidal. He's a classic guy. Been around for a
Evan
while.
Stone.
You got the long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's like 3 dudes with the last name Stone. Evan Stone, Lee Stone, and Brock Stone.
Yeah, those are that's the end of where I go. I don't. It's been a long time, honestly. I don't even really mess with it. I don't really have interest in it.
Those are like
I'm
names
married,
I know
dude.
from high school.
I'm married and have 3 kids. I don't have, well, 2 right now, but almost 3. I don't have time for that, for research.
No, especially during the holidays. They're all home.
I don't have time to do research anymore.
How
I
are
got
you
priorities.
research? I mean, we are in this den of delusion.
Yes. Did you guys see we moved the banner over in between us? It was off to the side.
Cloths.
But it is the dad's den. This is the bear and also a buff guy. Because my wife loves me and tells me I'm buff sometimes.
With alien ears and a sweet mohawk.
Yeah, he's a butterfly buff guy with a... He also has a meteor crashing from the sky onto the top of his head. And he's got light... His armpits smell so bad they grew lightning bolts. Yeah. It's pretty sick. Pretty sick stuff. My wife made that, though. That's pretty nice, huh?
It is really nice.
Anyway.
I dig it.
Thanks, dear.
Shout out.
So, I want to have a watch party for something. Did you hear that Yeezy will be on the Joe Rogan Experience? Should be interesting.
We will discuss that when after that happens.
We should have
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we should have a watch party for that. It's
Pray-
got to be coming soon.
Pray for weird Kanye to show up.
Oh, he won't. He's scared. Joe Rogan would just jump across the table and choke the shit out of him. And Joe Rogan also is not a bitch when it comes to confrontation.
Oh yeah, no.
Like this will not be a. Remember the Sway interview where
Yeah.
Kanye went on? It ain't gonna go down like that.
Yeah, because Joe
Rogan
will
will
be like,
snatch-
shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
Joe Rogan will snatch him up by his head and throw his ass out.
His fat head.
Yeah, he will. He'll grab him by his wire jaw and drag him through the mountains of wherever he lives on a hike or the run that he takes with his dog. Give Kanye to his dog as a chew toy. Anyway, I don't think it'll go like that, but I think it is for sure going to be weird. There's for sure going to be mental illness discussed.
Kanye does
That's
not
his favorite thing to talk
know
about.
who he's messing with going in there. Because I
Very
feel like
smart.
he thinks he can walk all over anybody that's in there.
Well, he thinks he's smarter. He thinks he's the smartest. He's not smarter than Joe Rogan. I promise you. Kanye, I promise you. You're not. That dude, Joe Rogan, holds conversations with Neil deGrasse Tyson, Jordan Peterson, Elon Musk. Joe Rogan holds his own.
Other physicists that are on that show.
Plenty
I
of
was watching one.
physicists.
Yeah, I was watching
Hunters.
one. That
What do you want to
had-
talk about? Cameron Hayes. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? Football. Arian Foster. He's talked to. He's
gone up.
He's
gone
in
up
everything.
Yeah. He was talking with someone about astrophysics the other day, but he really wasn't keeping up with that. But he was trying.
But he's actually listening. If he doesn't know, he doesn't act like he does.
Mm-hmm.
That's moral of my story. Joe Rogan for fucking president. I would vote for him.
I don't think he would want it.
I don't think he would either.
Yeah, I would vote for him.
He wouldn't want it, but I would vote for him.
How old is he? Is he in his 40s or is he 50?
He's 52.
52.
51,
He
52?
he could run, right? Yeah. What's the minimum age?
45.
45?
I think so.
I'd vote for him.
I'd vote for him over Trump.
Yeah.
But the thing is Joe Rogan doesn't like the idea that there's a president anyway, which I agree with. I don't
Make
like the
himself.
idea of
Then he
putting
needs to
one
become
guy.
president and then make himself king, and then bring in like a king's whatever. Maybe
Round
not
table.
king. Yeah, round table of lots of
Which
people
they
that
essentially
can
have.
contribute. Yeah.
They essentially have that. The idea is that there's one person. It should be like, you know how like Google is ran. Who's the top at Google? Do you know? I don't either. I know that Google kicks ass though. I know it's an
And they own
empire,
everything.
and I know that they make more money than fucking God.
And they buy new technology every year to
So
increase their own brand.
Yeah, so why don't we
Yeah.
just run our country that way? Why don't we have a bunch of people and everybody knows their lane. We know who's good at what. Nobody's really in charge. There's not like one top dog. There's people in charge of, departments, but it doesn't have to be one. What's the point of that one guy in charge?
Yeah.
To just double check the other people's jobs? What do we have those people for?
What do we have politicians for anyways when they go to school to be poli-sci majors, but they're
Yeah.
not, they don't know anything about people who are out there working or industry stuff.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea. Like, I feel like the government sometimes the moral of the story is that it's going to come down to ask your dad. You know what I'm saying? Even mom, you think you go to the boss, you think you go to mom and say, hey, which I'm not saying this is all circumstances, this is just an example I'm using. But, even, you as a child, you go to your mom asking for something and you have this elaborate laid out plan, everything looks good, sounds good. Mom gives the okay, but it still comes down to ask your dad. And I don't understand that. To me, it should be the country should almost be ran like how a family is run. It should be there's not just one person of power. This is ran together. Parents. There's parents. The parents run everything as a team. They communicate and go through things together on their own separately and make decisions like Christmas time and all these all the planning things that go into place for your kids. It's not one person doing that. It's two. And in some circumstances, like my own, coming from a divorced family, sometimes it's four parents that have to communicate to get everything to work accordingly. So you would think that it would be the government would run that. I don't know shit about government. I don't even know what I'm talking about. That's just my
Your
thoughts.
idea of government would
Yeah.
be that.
That's just my
gotcha.
thoughts of it. Because really, that's how the militaries ran. There's the commander, and then there's the sergeant major of the army. They're both the boss. They both outrank me. As far as I'm concerned, they're both equally as scary. I don't want to communicate with either one of them. But they run it together. There's the guy and his right-hand man, which is president and vice president, but they're taking their information from the battalions below them or the brigades below them. It's not one guy calling the shots saying, it would be impossible. It would be impossible. How could one commander of the whole army say, this unit from Fort Campbell, this unit from Fort Knox, this unit from 10th Mountain, this unit from Fort Irwin, they're the ones that are going to go deploy. The rest of them won't. There's no way one person can keep track of all of that information and who's ready and who's up to date on training and who just got back from a deployment. That's just the army. That's not the nation. That's not debt and foreign relations and all of that shit that the president has to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to do it.
Oh, foreign policy.
I mean, dude,
as made famous by Teddy Roosevelt. I think he was the one that wanted to expand to other countries. His main thing was the Panama Canal, I believe, because he wanted to make it where we didn't have to drive all the way, or not drive, use a boat all the way around South America. So he wanted the Panama Canal to get through there faster. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I love Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I grew up on Roosevelt Street. Fun fact.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or Avenue. It's one of those. I'll never
Street or
tell.
Avenue,
My
Circle,
parents still live
Park.
there. That's about as far as my Roosevelt knowledge goes. It's a through street in Midway City.
There's a really good documentary
Damn, that was
on
I just
Netflix.
I really got it close. I better stop there.
There's a really good documentary on Netflix about the presidents, and it's like 8 or 9 episodes, but it takes you through like one episode will have like three presidents until you get to a really awesome president that did a lot of shit, and then they'll stay on that guy for like more than half the episode.
Yeah.
So like Abraham Lincoln's got one, and Roosevelt's got one, and Eisenhower and FDR, cousin to Teddy. Um, yeah, it was really good.
I'm really not good at it. I'm really not.
It's it was a really good documentary if you like documentaries.
Dude, I just don't like. I voted obviously, especially. I mean, because I feel like I'm supposed to. But dude, I don't give a fuck who is the president. To me, honestly, honest to God, it. My life is exactly the same.
And people are scared of
My life is
who
exactly the
becomes
same.
of who becomes president. Republicans are scared of Hillary, vice versa. What happens is they're going to try and pass laws for so many years, and then those will get canceled or not voted through by, I don't know, is it Congress, whatever it is, House of Representatives.
Sounds good.
Whatever it is. So like it's really hard to even get stuff passed when you have control of the house. So like all this stuff to be scared of. I mean, yeah, you can be scared of it, but it's really not going to affect you for a long time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I was saying when I mean Barack Obama honestly is probably the first president that had even been brought to my attention. I mean, I was born in 91. There was obviously presidents before that like Bush and Clinton and whatever, but Barack Obama was the first president where I was old enough to where it was something that I was supposed to know. Like I should know it, so that's the only reason I did was to not look like an idiot. And I still didn't and still don't know shit. Because to me, as far as I'm concerned, regardless of the fact, or regardless if either one of these presidents, Trump or Obama, affected my life at all, I'm unaware of it, and I'm cool with that. I'm not out to hunt down to figure out what Trump is doing different that's affecting my life. There might be things, or maybe things that might be affecting my future as a nerd. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. To me, even as a veteran, that's where I catch the most heat. Is because people find out I'm a veteran, and then they find out I don't know shit about politics. But then I'm like, dude, I'm just a hit. I'm a hippie. The fact that I joined the military,
a lot of people are hippies when they're like in the military. Nowadays, yeah. Like I had a friend named Caleb who was totally anti-government, was a Marine, and then he re-signed up and was in the reserves for a long time. And then after he got out of the reserves, he went like off the grid, was hitchhiking across America for several years.
Yeah.
And so he lived on like a place in like a not a compound. What is it? Like a peaceful place to live where you harvest weed and What is there a name for that?
It's freaking
hippie colony, a colony.
Heaven or hedonism.
That's probably
that's what it sounds like to me. Where is that? A sanctuary?
Yeah. So that's what he did, and I've noticed a lot of military guys like they're ready to be done with being told what to do.
What you know what else it is too? It's that teenager desire to go do something. That's kind of what mine was, and in a 4-year span of time, I did enough traveling. I did enough pushing myself. I found out what my limits and what my capabilities were very young. I was forced to. That's what the military. That's their job. So I feel like a lot of guys once they get out, they tend to, not all of them, the hippie ones like me, that can just kind of become, namaste with the whole thing and just know it is what it is. It happened. This is where I am now. I might as well just do my thing and live life the way I want to, which is stoned sometimes, which is whatever. I mean, it honestly is medicinal for me, not for everybody. I I don't know enough about it to be an advocate, but I do know a lot about marijuana and weed and THC and CBD and the benefits, and I know a lot about it. If I didn't, I wouldn't put it in my body. That's why I know that it helps me with issues I have, primarily social anxiety issues, being in public, being around crowds. It's not even a matter of like being blown up or someone's going to shoot me. It's a sizing up thing. If anything, it comes from a fighting background. The reason I'm like
Distrust
that.
in someone you don't know.
Well, I size everyone up.
Mhm.
In restaurants, I have to sit if I haven't medicated, I have to sit where I can see the door. I have to be able to see the exits, the bathrooms, and I size everyone up. And it's a stressful situation for me. And then, Amanda starts to pick up on it because she's talking and I'm scanning. And I find one guy who I think maybe could probably, not even probably, but possibly may have a chance at beating me up. And I'm on that guy. I can't stop looking at him. I can't get him out of my brain. And I go through scenarios. That's what my brain does when I don't do that. When I do that and I go to restaurants, I'm like, yo, where's the TV? Like, what game is on? Like, I do it the way you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I noticed that because when I first got out and started smoking and going to restaurants with Amanda and like watching the TVs, and I'm like, whoa, like, that's a replay of a game and I'm super into it. And just like laughing and noticing it and talking to her, and she's like looking at me like, yeah. Like, okay, you're okay. That's what people do. That's why we came to Buffalo Wild Wings, dude, because they have sports on in here.
Because there's 50 TVs
and I'm
in
like,
here.
look at all the football, and it's like it. Once I realized that, then it's like, oh, so it just confirmed to me that this stuff helps make me normal. And also because of the anxiety thing, I play scenarios out in my head when communicating with people, and sometimes it makes people think I'm awkward. Like sometimes I will take a long pause when talking to people because I'm thinking about a response, or I'm distracted by the fact that you're bigger than I am. So you're talking to me and I hear you and I can respond, but for some reason in my head I'm like, make sure he's like this far, so that just in case I can plant my feet and drive it through there.
I bet people who are close talkers are a nightmare.
Oh, I don't allow it. I will tell you, even when I'm a smoker, when I'm a smoker, I'm way more calm about it. I'll usually move out of the way a lot. Yeah, but when I'm not smoking, or if I'm not smoking and drinking, I'm like real like, yo, you need to back up. Like you need to get out. Like you need to back up. Like
I don't know where people don't learn that from.
Well,
I don't know where people don't learn to not be.
I resorted to the shock.
If you can
factor.
feel someone's breath on you, like that drives me insane.
Well, I resorted to the shock factor in California because in California when I lived there, people don't respect it at all. So I would have to shock people into like, hey, like you need to back up. Like, and they'd be looking at me like, whoa, I thought we were just, and it's like, well, I felt like if I don't do that, you're not going to take me seriously. And you're going to try to put your arm around me, and I'm going to judo flip you onto your fucking neck. And then what? So it's like, I'm like trying to say like, back up off me. I'm uncomfortable, but I'm too manly to be like, yo, I have like like I get anxious. I wish I could just say that. I wish I could be like, yo, I get nervous when people get close. So I'm taking it as, I'm going to be like, yo, I'm fucking hardcore. Like, if you get close, I'm going to knock you. Like, I don't know why. When I smoke, though, I don't go there at all. I don't even want to fight, dude. I'm like, it's a lot of work.
Give me a hug.
Yeah.
Give me a hug. I dated this girl one time whose brother was like, he really loved to, like, almost have his chin resting on my shoulder. And, like, for years, I was like, I can't stand it. So then one day I started turning, like, straight. Like, if he was on my shoulder, I would just turn right into his face, and we would be, like, this far apart, and he would go.
Mm-hmm. It's like, that's what I feel like. Sucks,
huh? Oh.
Yeah. See, and I'm a lovey dude. Like, even with you. Once you become like a friend to me and I care about you, I'm a hugger.
We've embraced.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you know I have no problem doing it. But
meeting new people.
I still don't like, even if like me and you are pretty close, I would still be, if you were doing that, like resting on my shoulder, which you would never do because I know you would never do it. But I'm just using you as an example.
I'm not worried about me. I feel like it's a way to impose yourself on others.
Well, but
And
you would also be doing it to be funny.
I
You would be
would.
doing it like, oh,
I would be way over the top. I would
Yeah,
like rest
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
chin.
Exactly. Which I'm cool with that. But it's like when you're, when you're like, hey, you said you were in the army, and I'm like, yo, like, God,
I did.
you want to talk to me about army shit right now? That close to me? You don't even know who I am.
You just got to
You
do
don't
what
know who
Kevin.
I am.
You got to do that Kevin Hart thing where I pushed him.
Yeah,
You just
you got to, dude.
a
You got to.
gentle shove.
I usually do.
People
honestly,
have no boundaries either.
This is my move. I cross my arms, and then I just go, when people get too close, I go, hey man, and I use this arm as a push away, and I go like, I'll embrace in the conversation, but I'll use this as, when it's my turn to talk, I'll use this as a separation mechanism. They think I'm embracing them, I'm touching them because I'm talking to them, which is what they want. That's why they're so close. They want that. I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm also making my space at the same time. You could still touch me and talk to me and get as intimate as you want from me from over there. If you want to do the same thing, if you want to put your arm on me when you're talking, cool, dude. But you don't have to be, because you get pieced up, bro. You get too close, you can catch a KFC combo.
We had this friend one time that liked to try and put you in chokeholds and sneak up on you.
Nah,
I don't.
That's a problem for me.
He did it to me one time because I tucked my chin and then elbowed him because I was like, what? I didn't really know him that well at the time, but I was like, and then just got him like right in the side, and he was like, oh, good one.
That hurt.
Good job.
Yeah. Even with Amanda, sometimes like she'll jump out and scare me. I'm like, you gotta be careful, because if it's dark and I can't see you, and sometimes the girls will be asleep, so it'll just be us two awake. And she'll jump out, and I'm like, it's dark in here, dude. I'm not gonna punch you. Obviously, I'll know, but I might like, and like swing my hand and backhand you, or, I mean, she's 130 pounds, pregnant. I could just I bench press more than her.
Yeah.
Like as a warm up, so I would just throw her. So I'm like, you have to be careful, especially with the baby. I'll just pick you up by your armpits and throw you like a fucking bag of dog food. It'd be nothing.
Jasmine gets scared really easy.
Yeah.
She had the day off today because of this inclement weather we've had. And I was out working all day, and yesterday when I came home around 4-ish, 4:30. She had beaten me home, and I went, hey, but she had the TV on in the back room, so she didn't hear me. And when I just walked into the back room, she's like, oh my God!
Yeah. And you're like, you just acknowledged I was home.
Yeah.
You said, hey.
I tried to warn you. But it's really easy. I do this thing where I don't have to jump out and scare her. I just walk into a room and stare at her.
Yeah.
And she'll turn and see me and freak out. It's so
Do you
funny.
do purposeful sniffs yet?
No.
Or throat clears? Yeah. That'll come. Dude. Amanda's the same way. This is a pro tip. Married guys. Pro tip. If your wife gets scared easily, instead of announcing your presence, because you're going to get in trouble for that after a while, it's going to become annoying to her that you keep making it a
being
point.
in a room without.
Well, no, you're making it a point now to not scare her, which is making her feel like she's a pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, you have to go, I'm coming in here. Like, I did that too. Like, the
I
sarcastic,
did
like,
that today.
I'm about to come in the kitchen if you're in there. Now I just, all right. As I'm walking into a room.
I have done that. I did it today.
I do it on purpose. So she knows I'm coming in.
Yeah, I had walked to the back room, and then she went to the bathroom, so she thought I was in the back room, and then I walked back to the bedroom. She was going back to the bedroom, and I heard her close the bathroom door, come back, and I went,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm coming into this room, or I'm coming down the hallway. Yeah.
Oh.
You do, dude. I don't even.
It's that or really try and terrorize her, and I don't really want to do that, but
I never. She does it to me on purpose all the time. I literally never scare her on purpose. Never on accident. Honestly, I maybe have scared her on purpose a handful of times. Honestly, she's done it to me at least 50 times. She's got at least. I mean, that's not a lot. We've been married for 7 years, but. I'm just the ratio. Me a handful of times. And the only time I do it is revenge. I'm never the one who starts the scare battle. Because I know that I might get punched in the nose. I'm aware of that. So I don't like doing it to people. And I don't like it done to me, man. I mean, I don't get mad. I don't get pissed off, but I go, okay. Like, all right.
I'm pissed for
I get it.
I'm pissed for like 3 seconds. I'm like,
This is what. Yeah. I just don't like that. Like, I don't like getting my reaction laughed at. But then about 2 seconds later, I realize that it's funny. At first, I'm like, why are you laughing at me? You scared me. But then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like you think this is
And I'm like,
funny?
I'm gonna fucking get you. And I usually forget, or I just don't care enough. Or I get her, and it's like her reaction is like it's like it's not what you would think. I've recorded one of them.
I should start recording.
I think she has it honestly on her phone probably, but it was a good one.
I do have one of Jasmine on here.
It was at my parents' house, and my parents have this. It's a wall, but it has like a 4-foot segment from the ceiling broken out, so it's like chest high. So I was hiding behind that wall, and she was coming around the corner. That wall goes into the kitchen, so I was hiding behind it, so you could see through the wall, so she would know if I was standing there. But because I was crouched, she didn't know. She came around the corner, dude. And she like
like a guttural scream,
like the sound a man makes jumping off of a mountain. Like that. Oh, yeah.
I can think of what is
her hands went straight out.
Howie Long when he gets kicked out of the moving train going over that really big ass bridge in Broken Arrow.
Howie Long, the football player?
Yeah, he was in this movie called Broken Arrow with Christian Slater and John Travolta.
I was hoping that you messed that
Christian
up.
Slater.
I didn't even know he was in a movie.
Yeah, no, this is one of my mom's favorite. My mom loves Howie Long, so anything he's in, we've seen.
Stupid haircut.
Flat top. It's ageless. I will give him that.
It's also kind of gender neutral.
You know what it is nowadays? Yeah, I see it a lot with, here it is, this little 3-second clip. We were moving in this one, and I was driving a separate car. She goes, fucker. Let me turn it up. It's just a little...
I could see the reaction.
Oh, the volume's down. Fuck.
Fuck.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's almost like, oh my god. Speaking of sod it, you know how you do that?
Sod it.
Dude, do you know they have their own show on Facebook? The Real Bros of Simi Valley?
No.
It is great. They're like 909er bro biker dudes from Simi Valley. And it's the two dudes, Sod, like the Getter dude and the other guy. Mm-hmm. And then it's Cody Ko, who was a Vine guy for a long time. And then there's another guy, I can't think of his name, but he was in that movie called American Vandal that was on Netflix for a while. They're all
the main guy that they were trying to catch?
They're all
what is he, Boomer on 22 Jump Street?
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
that guy's fucking
they're all popular from Vine. Mm-hmm. But they make this show on Facebook, and they're all just like, it's super like, they talk like, yeah, like I was gonna talk to Xander about like what's going on. It's like,
but then Corbin was like, no.
They're like, do you even burn, bro? Like you don't even burn, dude. Like that's they it's super like exactly how I talk because I'm from California. So it's the things normal California people say, but amplified. Like they like, yo, it's like hella tight. Like how
Letterkenny amplifies Canadian hockey players.
Yeah, exactly. How they do
some half clapper top shelf burners, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's the California version of Letterkenny.
Awesome.
It's great. They have 2 seasons. We'll watch it after this. We ain't doing nothing else.
Deal. I'm in.
But and the episodes are short, which is cool. But it like one of them has a baby.
Just like Vine.
One of them has a baby, and the baby's like mean mucking one of the dudes. He's all, get your son, bro. He's like, your son looks like he's trying to fucking throw hands. He's like a 1-year-old. So I don't give a fuck if it's his birthday or not, bro. Yeah.
I really like Evan Breen.
I don't know who that is.
He does the
sorry if this makes noise.
What's the I'm so terrible at remembering stuff right now.
Evan Breen. Yeah.
He's a Vine
it's
guy.
Cheap, but you didn't know that I laced it with PCP. That's why we only drink 2 of them.
Is that why my grandma's sitting over there?
Yeah,
she passed away
great,
like 4 years ago.
Grandma Kay, is that her name? Please,
no. Damn it. Evan Breen, he does the I'm not your dad. That's not your mom. So, yeah. What is the name of that fucking video?
You're fucking out of the crew, dude. Yeah, like that.
Well, you not family anymore?
Yeah,
I'm not
because
fair.
your moves are
Your moves are weak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Your
okay.
moves are weak. So
Yeah.
that has a sequel video. Did you watch the sequel?
Yes. Yeah.
It blew my mind, and I was
Dude,
like, "This is the best thing in
and it's not
cinema."
hard to. Okay, do you know who Kyle Dunnigan is?
What is his vines?
Do you have Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Kyle Dunnigan 1 on Instagram. You want to? He does like the face swaps videos. He does like Caitlyn Jenner and the Kardashians, and he's like, "Yeah, baby." Like when he does Caitlyn Jenner, he's all, you know when she hit the person with the car,
Uh huh.
and she's all, "Luckily I got this sex change because Bruce just killed somebody in his car." Yeah, baby. Like
Yeah, baby.
she talks about
Oh,
Bruce
baby.
like it's like a past tense. And you know, he does like the Kardashians too, like Kim, like yeah, crap. Like he'll do like she's looking at her dryer. She's like, "What's this box?" But like when they call the Caitlyn character, they call him Dad. They're all Dad, and it's like Caitlyn Jenner in the corner. Do you know they actually call him that?
They still call him Dad?
Which okay, before we go down this road, I'm not saying it to make fun of Caitlyn Jenner at all. I just think it's interesting that Caitlyn Jenner, the hero who won some bravery award,
Woman of the Year.
yeah, and also won the other thing, the fucking hero. Remember, she won some hero award, and they show like that Lieutenant Colonel Gaston or whatever, the dude that has like both of his legs blown off, and they're all, how about this fucking guy?
What?
Anyway, they call Caitlyn Jenner Dad. They do it on the show. Amanda watches it. And I'll be like, I'm gonna call it. They're like, I'm gonna call it Dad, and so I hear thanks, and they call, and it's like Caitlyn Jenner. It's like, yeah, that's the only Caitlyn Jenner thing I could say.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. But it's so weird to like. It's Bruce Jenner to me still. I can't. I don't know. I applaud Caitlyn for her accomplishments, but the voice for me is the hardest part. Because I don't ever watch the show. I just hear it.
Well, and if
I'm like, oh, Amanda's watching reruns, and I go out and it's Caitlyn Jenner. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, if she doesn't have on any makeup, there's not too much that's changed.
Well, she didn't really do anything a whole lot to her face, right? I mean, I'm sure she did, but not. That was before, because Bruce before Caitlyn was his face was very chopped up. Do you say her face when even you're talking about? Sorry, I'm just trying not to sound ignorant.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
To me, she looks same. Her face looks the same.
We try and be respectful on the show.
Yeah,
of
that's the
everybody.
only reason I talk about it that way, because I'm not. I hate people that do that, even to try to be funny. It's not my thing.
It's kind of low hanging fruit.
Yeah, which if that makes me somebody who is more alt comedy, which I'm definitely not. I just don't talk about which. I do make jokes.
You mean
I shouldn't
like,
say I don't make jokes because I did make a transmission
You mean
change
like
joke.
Steven Crowder?
Yeah. I mean, I'll make jokes about it, like the transmission change thing on the last episode. I'll make jokes, but I don't mean any harm. That's all that we're trying to say. Everything I say on here, pretty much, this is the concept of this podcast. I'm going to say shit outlandish, and I'm going to read Trent's face, and that's what reels me in and lets me know if I'm going too far or not.
I was thinking about this the other day. If someone
it's our dynamic, whatever.
If someone who had a preferred pronoun wanted me to call them that,
Speaking, what's your pronoun
totally today? Sexy. I feel sexy.
Damn, that's a good one. I didn't know that. I guess it could be anything.
I'm
a Zim today.
A Zim?
Yeah.
Like Invader Zim?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a Zim. Yeah, I think so. I feel like Zim.
So if someone with a preferred pronoun wanted me to call them by that, I totally would.
100%. If
but
you make it known to me, I will do that.
If I accidentally don't,
you can't blame me.
Please don't be mad at me, because then I'm we probably just won't talk anymore.
Well, that's the thing, dude. That is the you hit the nail on the head, because that's the problem. This stuff is still way too new to be
so
expected,
aggressive.
to be expected to have a response expected of people. We don't know. I don't do the research on it, and I'm not going to. So if you don't tell me, because I don't feel like I should have to.
There's so many more people.
Your movement of wanting to be a different gender or to be whatever you want, that has nothing to do with me, and I don't know you. I don't care because it's not something that personally affects me, so I'm not doing the research on it. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm not somebody who's always seeking knowledge of material that has nothing to do with me. I'm not into being socially. I feel like once you say things that are socially acceptable, or you learn things like geography, like who gives a fuck about that? But once you like make a conscious effort to learn those things, I feel like the fun, at least for me, the fun goes away. To me, the best part is not knowing and saying things that might get me in trouble and being able to use the fact that I don't know as an excuse. And if you blame me for that, you blame me for that. Teach me something then, you know?
Yeah.
Teach me what I'm
Yeah.
supposed to do, because until then, I'm going to do the Wild West cowboy bullshit and say whatever I want to.
Yeah.
Because
my point exactly.
we don't make millions of dollars. This isn't a podcast that I have any sort of repercussions for. Until that happens, I'm just going to use Trent as my filter, and we'll go from there. We haven't had any complaints yet, right? I mean, we don't have any views. It's not like we have like a crazy amount of views, but if it was a problem, I'm sure we would.
Yeah.
If somebody was offended, I'm sure we would be millionaires. I'm
Well,
sure a video of like
I want to try and be
stupid
in the
Jufro
middle.
guy makes fun of transgender. Whatever.
Fucking Bob Ross. Bob Ross's son.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff Ross too. He's like a roast master. He's got a Jufro, doesn't he?
He's bald right now.
Yeah, he is.
He used
Have
to.
you seen
He used
that
to
thing
have
with him
Jufro.
and Dave Attell? Hilarious.
No, I haven't
Bumping
seen it.
mics. They just roast each other on stage with mics, and they just, when it's a good one, they bump mics like a
Dave Attell, like this Dave Attell.
Insomniac. Yeah. He's hilarious. He wears the same outfit. He looks like a
Is
like
it a
high
plaid
school
shirt
janitor.
and jeans?
No,
No?
it's like a blue Dickie outside jumpsuit with like a green inside shirt and a hat on, and he just chain smokes. He looks like a janitor, and he chain smokes. He's so funny though. His look matches his personality perfect. His monotone. He's like Eeyore, but funny.
Yes. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I remember him.
He will roast you just as hard as Jeff Ross, but with half the animation. That's what
half
makes
the
Jeff
animation
Ross.
and a longer delivery.
Yeah. A more thought out, meticulous, more hurtful, because you could tell he thought about it. Jeff Ross is just kind of popping off the top of his head. You could just like, oh, whatever. You could tell David Tell's like, you look like, do you remember that guy from this movie who had this one? It's like, damn, you really thought about it and now it really hurts. Like, you know, when someone,
It's too personal.
when
It's ill
someone,
attacked.
yeah, exactly. When the explanation of who I look like takes 3 minutes, it makes it so much more painful.
Oh,
But it doesn't
gosh.
end well.
Mm.
I get the basics though. You know who I haven't got now that I can grow a beard? Who I got a lot in high school was Corey Matthews, or Ben Savage.
Mhm.
Yeah, from Boy Meets World. I got that a lot when I didn't have the beard. Then when I got a little chubby, I got Jonah Hill. And then if I grow the beard and I could get Joe Rogan sometime, or Seth Rogen, if I really push the laugh. Or if I roll a cross joint or something, I might. I don't know why I get Jonah Hill, dude. I think I'm kind of svelte. I think I'm a little bit more jacked than Jonah Hill. Even the new Jonah Hill, even the new in shape, fit. I'm still feeling
Jonah
like I
Mountain.
got a better bod. I got a better bod than Jonah Hill, I think.
Nowadays, like currently,
Is he svelte? Pretty jacked?
he's getting there. The picture I saw might have been doctored.
But do you think he's strong? Or do you think he's just like running a lot
I think he's running a lot
and just not
and
eating
doing
enough food?
like high interval training.
Yeah. But you don't think he could keep up in the weight room? I'm sure. I mean, I don't know him, but
No.
he
No, I
doesn't
don't
seem
think
like
so.
he grew up as. To me, if you grew up as an athlete and you're chubby, you're in better shape still than someone who's fit that wasn't an athlete, in my opinion. You could have a 6-pack, well, maybe not a 6-pack, be lean. I'll still beat you one-on-one as a fat guy.
Oh, like in basketball or something?
Whatever, dude. Whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
mean,
I feel that way
it's-
too.
Once you have that's the cool thing about athletic guys is you never really lose that.
Oh
Like,
man, my cousin Tom.
you are not gonna.
Shout
my
out
kids,
to
bro,
Tom.
I can't. My kids won't. My daughter is 5 years old. Never played basketball before. She will never, in her life, beat me at pig. Never. It'll never happen. She's 5, and I will not let her win. I don't let her win.
Yeah, that means that
I straight up beat her PIG.
if she
straight up.
ever does, she will be so happy.
Yeah.
It would be such an honor to have done that.
I'll hang
Because
up the shoes,
me
man.
growing up was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna play against all my older cousins in basketball. There's some I've
Yeah.
never beaten, and then like 2 years ago, me and Dalton were like, we could take these old guys, our two older cousins. They're like almost 40, and they still beat us. And my little brother's a crazy athlete, good at way better at basketball than I am. But I was gonna say, my cousin Tom, I think he's fairly heavy nowadays, but the guy was a crazy athlete. Went to one of those little schools that was only baseball and basketball, and
Yeah.
he still has crazy handles and
Yeah.
movement at like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like he is a great athlete. It's crazy because all of our older cousins' kids are like 16, 17 now, and they're like tall and lanky, and they're like, "I'll play you in basketball," blah blah blah. And Tom will get out there and like spin move and go around them and all this other stuff. Like it's so awesome. I did the same thing with my nephews. Of course, they want to wrestle all the time now, and pretty much if I get them under me and get my weight on them, they're done. But basketball wise, yeah, they don't stand a chance.
Dude, when I was a
They're
kid,
taller than me, faster, and all that stuff, but they have no idea what's going on.
yeah, when I was a kid, I shouldn't say a kid, but when I was in high school, I went to Fountain Valley
Shout
High
out to
School.
my nephews right there.
Yeah. What's up? Runs in the genes. You got an athlete here too, guys.
Like diarrhea.
Don't sleep on him.
Like diarrhea. Runs in the genes.
That's a good one.
Dad joke.
But when I was like 16, when I went to high school, I went to Fountain Valley High School. I wasn't supposed to go there, but they had a park that was like not even a mile away from the school. So we used to walk there, and there was this dude there named, I think it's Dylan, Dillon, old black dude, afro. He looked like Apollo Creed. I can't remember his actual.
Had the mustache, just a nice, just like a nice tight
shaped
fro.
up fro,
Yep.
in shape, kind of tall, but he was pretty chubby. Like he wasn't fat, but he was definitely like a chubby dude, and he was my favorite. I would go from kids from my varsity basketball team to go play at the park, and that old 40-something-year-old black dude would be the first dude I'd pick up every time. He never stopped talking. First of all,
so he'd get in your head.
Never stop talking. You are not going to out-rebound him. He's got a Kevin Love outlet pass. He jogs up court, and as soon as he crosses half court, he's in range. He is in fucking range.
Sounds like my old roommate.
Dude,
Dominique.
he'd pump fake you at half court, and then he'd pump fake you at half court, lose you on the pump fake, and he'd be taught like, he's like Uncle Drew.
Oh, got him.
He's Uncle
Got
Drew.
him.
Yeah. Oh, you bit. And he'd take you, and then he'd get to the free throw line, and like the center would step up on him, and he'd like do like this little skip move, and then just like just dude, just like just break them down. They're all on their heels, and he'd either no look. Every pass I saw that dude throw was a no look pass. I never saw him throw a chest pass or just a normal two-handed bounce pass. Every bounce pass was one-handed. Every pass to the corner came with like a spin. Like he'd go behind his back and spin all the way around like in a circle, like in a three, like super old school. Wore wristbands. Dude, he was gangster.
Shout out to my old roommate Dominique. I feel like that's going to be him
like
when
Dominique.
he gets
I
older.
like you, man. You're active in this. You're gonna be one of the people who helps us blow up, man. You're welcome here.
I do mention him quite a bit. So we went and played basketball with Jackie. Dominique would post people up, and I'd just lob him the ball.
Big
and
dude, huh?
he's like he's 6 feet, 6'1" maybe, but enough. And he's a bigger guy, so you're not gonna get
But he
past
played
him
that
if
position,
he's
I'm sure.
posting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not gonna get around him if you throw the ball to him. He's got you sealed. You're not gonna get to it.
Yeah.
And it's here, and he takes it in for a layup every time.
See-
He can also shoot.
But it would be the same for us because you were a wing guy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you could still play the wing. You're probably still a decent shooter, and you probably still got a good one dribble, one pump fake, one off the sidestep jump shot. That's what wing players do.
Mhm.
And backdoor screens cut into the basket, make that fucking layup. That's your thing. I played point guard. I was like I was 260 pounds, bro. Big. I'll still bring the ball up and run the point and still snap you off, and still, if you give me too much space, I'm going to pull it, and if you get too close, I'll still try. And once I had some weight on me, like even now, I was never this big even in high school as a guard. So now, like, I'll take people off the dribble and give a little shoulder bump. The shoulder bump when I was a kid used to knock me off balance. I'd be, like Isaiah Thomas, be reaching across my body, trying to hit the top
Going
left corner of the
back
backboard.
as you're going away.
Yeah, trying to hit the corner of the
Now
backboard.
when you go in,
Now I'm like,
you
boom!
don't even move.
Oh, dude, I like look for the contact, and it's like, now I'm like, oh, now I'm giving contact. Now your feet better be set, or I'm gonna run your ass over.
Okay, so we have like Jackie's real fast, you, me, and Dominique, and we need
Jackie's
another.
a shooter, dude.
Yeah,
Jackie's
I didn't
a
know
shooter.
he could shoot.
He's a shooter, and he's super fast.
He used to be a rebound.
He would be
machine.
our 2 guard, even though he's smaller than me, because I'm playing the 1.
So we need a fifth guy.
I see the floor.
We
bro.
need a really tall sledge.
I'm like a dude. When I get on the basketball court, I'm like prey, and I'm not afraid to admit it, bro. I got eyes, like my eyes move to the side of my head, like how deer have, and I got like a 360
You better be paying
camera,
attention.
dude. Yeah. Ask.
We need a really tall
ask Bubba.
person.
I
Who do
almost
we
blew
who do
Bubba's
we
two
know
front teeth
that's super tall?
that could play though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Tall guys
Most
are
tall
hard.
people can't dribble
We
and
don't
run
need a
at the
tall
same
guy.
time.
Dominique's an interior guy.
Yeah, Dominique is solid too.
I'll post up.
Because Dominique can also play defense. I can play defense too.
Yeah.
Jackie can play defense. Wah!
My on ball is not good, but my passing lane defense is really good.
Steals. You
Yeah, I'm
see the
sneaky.
pass
I
before
play
they
safety,
pass.
dude. I got the safety vision.
Yeah.
I
I always go in like I'm going to help with a double team and then come
Me
back
too.
out and get the pass.
Me too.
Yeah.
I do a lot of snaps, a lot of claps.
So
to
they're trying
get
to
them
pass.
to recognize that I'm help side. So when they realize I'm that close to them, they try to do that kick out, and it's crazy, man. Same
You
thing,
know who
dude.
else
I
we
played
could
quarterback
have?
in high school. You know what my favorite move in the open field was?
The throw, like shoulders
Play
this way,
action
throw it this way,
Play action pitches.
so you can fake it.
Open field. I'd be running with the ball in 2 hands in front of me and fake a pitch to the safety. Safety coming up, no one's around me, just me and him. I'd fake a pitch, he'd bite the pitch, and I'd go right past him. It worked all the time. Even pump fakes. I'd be like 15 yards past the line of scrimmage and be pointing at people and pump faking, and they'd be jumping up.
Did you see when we were playing against the drug court softball team and I was playing catcher and I faked that guy out like 3 times?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On that pickle, you just ran him down, didn't you?
Yeah, I just ran him down.
Yeah.
I'm way heavier and not nearly as quick as he was.
But that's the thing, is like they see us.
You gotta sell it.
Well, we, even in those scrimmages, they were like, what position do you play? Remember they were asking us that? Because they saw us with gloves on the right hand going on that side of the field. Like, we'll see.
Deception is I
Go
think
ahead
goes
and
for
hit the
me.
ball on the ground this way, guy.
Do it.
The moral of the
Do
story is I mean, the way I think about it is traditional baseball. This is my knowledge. I don't know enough about it. But people on the left side of the infield are supposed to be right-handed. My logic on it is most people are right-handed, so it goes bare hand, glove, bare hand, glove. So, there's not...
This way.
Yeah, you're just moving that way. But if me and you were playing short and third, it's the same thing, except for it's glove, bare hand, glove, bare hand.
Which I think is better for pull hitters because they're going to hit down the line or between us.
And that's your glove side. The only difference is that we have to spin, but we've been doing this shit, boy.
A backhand is... I don't have to change my feet all that much if I'm backhanding the ball.
Yeah,
I'm already set up if I backhand.
If the ball is hit at more than 2 bounces, we're quick enough to get around it. I don't have to spin. I don't have to. Even from third, that spin from third, glove side spin from third is hard. But if you don't hit the ball hard enough, you can just get your feet around it and throw just like a right-hander would going right.
Mm-hmm.
Fielding with the backhanded, running away from first base.
It's winter weather.
I know, I hate it, dude. And we need to get some infield stuff because I got that check, so we can play. But I need to get.
Well,
I'm not putting money in a tournament until we got 10 guys and all 10 of them show up to practice. If 10 people can't make it to practice, at least
that's
one
fair
time,
because in the
how am I
times
gonna
in the
trust you to
times
show up?
in the times we've scrimmaged, those people that haven't been practicing are the ones that are killing us during the scrimmage, anyways. I mean, those little baby pop-ups that happen or little dinkers on the ground, like it doesn't make sense that you hit the ball like that.
Well, all of us.
I won't call anybody out, but I shake my head and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah. Well, even though that we're out there playing, we're just hitting. We're pretty solid hitters now. I mean, I for the most part, when we aren't just trying to kill the ball every time, but our fielding, especially infielders, When's the last time we took ground like legit ground balls?
Not since we moved to the small field for the Dinger Derbies.
I mean, and we very rarely field the ball with base runners.
I need to be on some dirt too because the grass infield and then playing on grass at the hospital, it's different than dirt. I think.
I was almost thinking why the ground is still somewhat moist, not as wet as it is now, but going up with like we call it a hula hoe. I don't know what y'all call it, but like a hoe and break up all that, get all those weeds out of the dirt part of the infield over there. Because that infield is nice. It's just the dirt.
It's not lacking much.
The grass has come in from both sides. You know, that's the hardest part about having that middle part grass infield, as it starts creeping from both sides, and then now it's a problem.
You have to stay on top of it too.
Yeah.
Now would be a good time to do that because grass isn't growing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and we could, hula hoe it up and then spray it.
Hula ho!
We could probably get one thing of weed killer or whatever and just spray it through all the dirt shit and just knock it out. Anyway, that's kind of boring for listeners.
I wonder what the girls are watching. I hear it's a rom-com. Did Amanda have one picked out?
No. Not, I mean,
she
might have.
So then let's see. We've been going for an hour, so they've probably been looking for. They probably looked for one for 15 minutes, just because it's Netflix
at least,
and it takes forever.
Well, and the kids and Jasmine's in there, so my kids are like,
"Hey,
someone
Jasmine,
new, yeah."
What have you done?
And then Doc,
Your
probably.
kids are so sweet,
dude. They're the greatest. They're Izzy is just such a personable kid. Like she just, man, she's so me. The older she's getting, dude. I was playing pig with her today, and I got PI on her quick, bro, because I don't hold back. I got PI on her quick, and she like kind of went in the room, and I was like, okay, like it's your turn, come out here and shoot. And she wasn't coming. I'm like, are you being a poor sport? And I can hear her, no. And then she came back. You have to
teach your kids not to quit at an early age.
Exactly. And she had tears in her eyes. Her nose was a little red. She wasn't crying yet, but she's frustrated with herself. And I was like,
she knows the game's almost over.
Yeah. Well, and I told her we'll keep playing, but the thing is like she shoots from close because she's still learning. But I'm teaching her the way I shot. The one finger. I guess on this you got to see it. I'm left-handed, so this might look awkward. But releasing with one finger. My shooting coach was JJ Reddick's shooting coach. So he teaches you to release with one finger. So I'm already teaching her only use one hand, put your right foot in front of the other, keep your elbow in, and just act like, release off that one finger like you're dipping a cookie in the rim. Just release like that. And dude, watching her as a 5-year-old, like I
bet it was a very
the hand flat and like whap, and just like no backboard, no nothing, just like whoosh. I get so hyped. I'm like muscle memory, like you keep going. Don't stop. Yeah. Don't think about it. All I want you to think about is elbow in and dip the cookie, just like that.
We had a rule when we played pig with our dad where he would let you take when you spelled out pig before he pronounced you, he would let you take free throws, and if you made a free throw, it took off a letter.
Pressure free
but
throws.
The only thing is, he also got that when you got him on pig, and he would make all of his free throws, and if you would be. My dad wasn't even a basketball player, but had he was always about muscle memory.
He's an athlete.
Like the way you throw a football, he's like you come straight from the ear, you keep your elbow in like this.
Fundamental athlete. He knows the fundamentals.
Yeah, he taught me everything. He was down for he was down for Christmas when we were doing wiffle ball. He kept telling he was more strict on Jasmine's son than I am with him. Yeah. He's like, get your feet set, turn, square up your shoulders. Yeah. Here we go, and would throw it, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah. And I'm teaching Izzy right now. The biggest thing is like, every shot's a new shot. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to teach her right now. Like, if it makes you feel better, don't even use a ball. Just stand there, and just get the motion. Do the motion. If missing is it's distracting you, and it's pulling you off of what you're supposed. Now I know she's 5, and some of you might be thinking. But she's very smart.
I don't think that at all.
You've talked to her. She's
articulate.
Very intelligent. She's very intelligent, and she's very competitive, and she plays on that hoop all day long. Like she's playing basketball. So the ball we have is obviously too small. She can't dribble it yet. But I'm still testing because she's never played. She's only 5. I don't even know if she's old enough. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to teach her, like, if you could shoot this little ball into this little hoop consistently with form, And then I teach her in a couple weeks from now, probably 2 weeks, I'll have her add that support hand. That hand doesn't do anything except for guide the ball up above your head. That's it. Once she understands that, because I think kids for the longest time, because the ball's so big, they're pushing it with both hands, which you can do, but I want her to focus on, one hand stays behind the ball always. That's the shooting position. Now, I learned at a very young age. I had a little Oshkosh hoop, and I was.
Did you have? Was it the white
with red rim,
with the red or orange
yellow
rim?
pole, black base.
Yeah.
My kids have the same one.
Mine was white, orange rim, blue.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, my cousin had that one, and mine was the one that had the little thing in the front, and it goes up to like 6 foot or 5 foot or whatever.
My thing broke off on there, so I had to use a butter knife to stick down there. But whenever I was dunking,
my cousin who had the same one, his broke. We ended up driving a screw through it and just leaving it at the tallest one.
Yeah.
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 And we ended up dunking so much
days,
we
man.
had to use my uncle, his dad, used like a exercise band and wrapped it around the post and nailed it into the wall so that the hoop wouldn't be like tilting forward from us dunking on. And then we just were dunking even harder because we couldn't break it because it was just a bungee cord pretty much. So just like whap. Yeah. Be smacking the wall.
I played so much ball in the house. Some people like my kids will never play ball in the house. I'm like, that was all we ever did.
Yeah.
We put like a mattress on the floor and then do tackling drills in the living room. Me and my little brother. I had to do it off my knees because he was so much smaller than me at the time. But we'd work on tossing the ball where you'd have to dive onto the mattress to catch it. All of that stuff we did all the time in the house.
Yeah.
And my mom had so many figurines and stuff that she collected.
What did she collect? Those
little cats.
Oh yeah.
Little cat.
Okay, I gotta pee so hard, so we could wrap this up, or we could pause and come back.
I can't. I'm not gonna monologue while.
Do you want to pause and come back, or you want to wrap it? We could wrap it up.
I'm good. Let's wrap it.
Okay. That's pretty good. I think 2019 is fucking coming in hot.
It's early.
We're gonna stay on it.
It's only the date.
I know.
It's day 3 of 2019.
We're really. I want you guys to know we're not Joe Rogan and we're not Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen and Theo. We have real people, full-time jobs, and I'm a full-time student. So we really do. I don't want you guys to think that we kind of have other This is our priority. It's just we're busy guys. But excuses aside, doesn't matter. You probably don't care about that. We're going to make a difference. We're going to try harder. We're going to try to do one every week. I'm not going to promise a certain day of the week because I work, I work rotating 12s. If you know what that means, then you know what that means. So my schedule is never the same. And neither is yours. So we're going to try to get one in every week. It might be, Thursday, then the following Sunday. It might be longer than 7 days apart, but we'll try to do it once a week. Fair?
That's fair.
Okay. And, if you are listening, I know we don't have a whole lot of listeners, but if you are a listener and you're just kind of listening and sitting in the background, let us know if there's something you want us to talk about, if there's topics you guys find interesting, if you guys like when we talk about dicks and poop and vagina and all that stuff, tell us, because we don't know. If you want to hear me be more risky and have Trent try to reel me in like a fucking wild tuna, then that's what we'll do. It's whatever y'all want. So, but until then, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing and try to be funny.
If I was a lion,
yeah,
I would swim out in the ocean and freaking eat you.
Yeah, dude, tuna are badass. Anyway,
a grown adult tuna. That's your plan?
A pack of tuna. We would build a breathing apparatus. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. We love you guys.
Great. I'm gonna clip